This is probably the most genius thing for Hermes to launch just before the holiday season, assuming that these don't actually take a year to arrive. Hi guys, my name is G.P.S. and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a fun update for you regarding the infamous and highly exclusive Hermes Special Order experience, which, believe it or not, is now available for almost anybody online. But before your jaw drops to the floor, unlike the original experience in the boutique, you can't actually request one of the Holy Trinity bags, so a Birkin, a Calvi, or a Constance. Instead, you can order different but iconic Hermes products. So if you want to find out exactly what items you can order and actually place a special order with me, then please keep on watching. In case you're new to Hermes, you might have never heard the term Special Order, SO, A La Carte, or even Horseshoe Stamp. But these are just different terms for the same exact Hermes service, where the most loyal and best Hermes clients are able to essentially place an order for the bag of their dreams that is specifically made for them. This is a service that's offered either twice a year or whenever a new store opens up. And as I mentioned, these really loyal and best Hermes clients are able to place an order for really whatever bag they want as long as it's still in production. So you can choose a Bolide, a Lindy, but obviously most people tend to go for bags that are a little bit harder to come by. So a Calvi, a Birkin, or even a Constance. And within this service, you can choose pretty much everything about the bag. You can choose the size, the color, the lining, even the length of the strap in most cases, as well as the hardware. And if you want to find out more about my personal experience and how I placed my special order, then I would highly recommend that you go ahead and check out this video. But anyway, it's needless to say that this has been an extremely exclusive service that was reserved for Hermes' most loyal clients until now, because Hermes recently launched a new service on their French website, which allows you to essentially go through the exact same steps and experience, and at the end of it, place a special order for either a Bastia or a Calvi wallet, which are not only specifically built by you and for you, but they also come with the little horseshoe stamp feature next to the logo, which is something that Hermes collectors go crazy for. So right now, this service is only available on the French website, and while I'm not based in France, I'll try to go through the steps and actually at the end of it place a special order. We'll see if they say yes and if they deliver it to me, even though I'm not obviously in France. I guess we'll have to see together. And right now, this service is only being offered for Calvis and Bastia coin purses. Now I have an unboxing of the Bastia coin purse that I did a few months ago, which I'll make sure to link up here. Personally, I haven't been the biggest fan of it. It's just not something that is functional for me and something that I need in my life. However, I'm a huge fan of the Calvi. I think it's a great introduction to the world of Hermes SLGs. It comes in a bunch of different colors and leathers. It's a great way for you to test what Hermes stands for. It's a great way to kind of dip your toes into the different leathers that Hermes has. It's also an incredible way to add a seasonal color to your collection. So I love the Calvi and I think it's a really functional piece to have in your collection. And if you guys would want to see an in-depth comparison perhaps between the Calvi and the Bastia, then let me know in the comment section down below and I can definitely do that. So today we'll be looking at the Calvi and how the process works of placing a special order for the Calvi. But I had a look at the Bastia earlier on and it seems to be the exact same process. And thankfully the prices are completely in alignment with the price of regular SLGs. So just because the Calvi and the Bastia is a special order piece, it doesn't make them any more expensive than if you were just to walk into a store and pick up one of these from the shelf, which is actually the exact same system with the bags. So let's say you place an order for a Birkin 25 in Togo. Whenever you get your bag, it's going to be the exact same price as if it was just a regular bag from the stock room, which I think is absolutely incredible that Hermes is able to do that. But without further ado, let's jump on to the French Hermes website and experience this whole new service together. Make sure to start screen record so you guys can see everything that I see. And let's just see what piece we come up with. Okay, so I just opened up the French Hermes website, which you can go on to regardless of where you are. It might kick you off based on your location, but all you need to do is you click on this little country sign, which is up here, and then you can choose whatever location you want, regardless of where you are in the world. And I just went on France. We'll see if it works. As I mentioned, sometimes it does kick you off if you're not actually where you say you are, but hopefully it will work throughout this video. And then I go on menu, I go on women, I choose bags and leather accessories, and then I go on leather accessories. And as you guys can see, these are the first two things that come up on the website. And I'm going to click on, let's go on the Calvi, because as I mentioned, I looked at both of these this morning and the experience seems to be the exact same. So this is what the interface looks like. So in case you've never seen a Calvi card holder before, it's this very simple structure. It's one piece of leather that is cut and then it's folded in around the edges, almost like a piece of origami, to create these little pockets on the inside that you can put cards or cash or keys or whatever you want to. And then it features a little closure here that you can snap together if you want to. So the first thing that you need to do, which is pretty much the same thing with the Hermes Special Order when it comes to a bag. Obviously you choose the bag or the piece you want to go for. We chose the Calvi, not a bag. And then the next thing is leather. Now there are two leathers that are currently available. You can choose between Swift, which is a smooth leather, or you can choose Epsom, which is my personal favorite. It's a grained leather that I absolutely love for SLGs because I find that they are the least likely to show signs of tear and wear, especially when it comes to leather goods that you put in your pocket, you open and close constantly, you put them in your bag, you put them in different pockets. You really handle these pieces a lot, so I like them to be in a more sturdy leather, and I find Epsom to be one of them. So I chose Epsom, and then the next step is to choose the color. So this is pretty much the same thing when it comes to the bags. You go on to choose the color of your bag, and each season there are different colors available. Right now, let's see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 12 colors available altogether at the moment. But in the future, I think there are going to be 16. So let's see what colors there are. So there's gray, there's gold. Gray is sort of like an off-white ivory color. Gold is Hermes's gold, which is like a deep tan or like a golden brown. Then you have Rouge Ash, which is one of the iconic Hermes reds. Then you have Rose Pourpre, which is like almost like a purplish, really bright pink. The next one is Rose Azalea, which is more of like a pastel pink. Then I think this is going to be a Rouge Decor. Yes, this is Rouge Decor, which is like a hot red. Then you have Jean Ombre, which is a beautiful amber yellow. The next one I think is Bleu du Nord. Yep, it's Bleu du Nord, which is almost like a turquoise blue. It's a beautiful color. Then Blue Indigo, which is one of the darkest shades of blue. So there's Blue Indigo, and then I think Blue Nuit is a little bit of a darker blue. And then there's Prune Noir, but Prune Noir is more of a purple that is really close to black. And then there's a Taupe, which is a gray, Gris Satin, which is a little bit of a darker gray. And then it's either Noir or Red Cypress. No, this is actually Noir, which is pure black. So I already have a black Calvi, so maybe I should go with a color. Should I do gold? I'm either thinking about doing gold or gray, but I think gray might be sold out. So I think I'm going to go for gold because I do have a Bastia coin purse in gold. So I think it might be a nice addition to my collection. So now that we have chosen the color for the exterior of our piece, the next step is to choose the lining, which is the same with the Hermes Special Order experience. If you place an order in the boutique for a bag, you do get to choose the lining. Not every time. For example, when I placed my special order, I chose a bag that you couldn't choose the lining for, but in most cases you're able to do that. So here again we have the same colors: gray, gold, which is currently unavailable, which personally I don't mind. You can choose Rouge Ash, which is a beautiful red, Rose Pourpre, Rose SLE, Rouge Decor, which I'm actually considering. I love the color Rouge Decor, Jean Ombre, Bleu du Nord, Blue Indigo, Etude, Gris Satin, and then Noir. I think I'm going to go for, I don't know, I love the color Rouge Decor, but I don't know how I feel about it with gold. So maybe I'll choose Rouge Ash. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Rouge Ash. I actually quite like the combination of these two colors together. And then the next thing that you're able to do is either put your initials or a date inside of this piece. Now, when it comes to ordering a bag, you can actually request your initials to be on the bag. It's either, I think, on the flap, you can put it on top of the flap, or you can put it underneath the twist closure, which is sort of inside of the bag that you can hide with the flap closure. I personally never did my initials on a bag. I've done it on the clochette. I personally wouldn't recommend it to actually put it on the bag. I'm not the biggest fan of that look, but you can always request it to be on the clochette as long as your bag comes with a clochette. And it's also something that you can do afterwards. So you don't have to do it at the same time when you're ordering your special order bag. You can do it afterwards, and it usually doesn't cost anything. And most smaller stores, in case you live in an area where there isn't an on-site craftsman, in the US there is an on-site craftsman in the Madison Avenue boutique, as well as the boutique in Beverly Hills, the big one on Rodeo Drive. Those two stores have on-site craftsmen, or they used to. And smaller stores tend to have these events where the same craftsmen go to these stores and do the embossing, which is what it's called, the embossing service on the spot for you. So you have plenty of opportunities to do that. But for this one, I think I might do my initials, which are, oh, it obviously came up, G.P.S. So I would do my initials. And then you can also choose one of these little fun kind of characters or almost emojis. You can choose a horse head. You can choose a lock, which is not really something that I would go for. You can choose a shooting star, which I'm actually considering. I love anything with a star. Put a star on any sort of packaging or anything, and you know I'm gonna buy it. So this is something that I'm considering. You can choose a stirrup. You can choose a chandon, which is one of my favorite Hermes motifs. So this is, I think I might go for a chandon. You can choose this H. You can choose a more simple horse head, or I think you can choose a clover. I wonder if this is a clover. It seems like it. No, I think I'm going to go for the chandon because I've never seen this chandon embossing, so I think it would be a little bit more unique. So you can either do your initials or you can do a date. I think it's nice, let's say if you buy this for someone as a birthday gift or as an anniversary gift, it would be nice to put the date in there, but I think I'm going to stick with my initials and then the little chandon sign. And then the next step is to choose the typography for your initials. So you can either put it on the inside here, or you can put it on the outside, which I think I'm going to do it on the outside, but let's see what it would look like on the inside. So this is what it looks like on the inside. And this is the infamous horseshoe stamp, which is also featured on the bags that you also get with this personalized Calvi. Then you can choose the font. So you can go a little bit more traditional or a little bit more simplistic. I'm going to go with the second one, which seems to be a little bit more simplistic. And then you can choose the size of your font, so either PM or MM. So PM is the default, and then MM is a little bit larger. I'm going to go with MM just because of the fact that the chandon is quite a bit larger than the initials themselves, so I think it would be a little bit more proportionate. And then last but not least, you can choose the color of your embossing, which is either silver to make sure that it matches the embossing of the logo. which by the way is something that you have to keep in mind when you're getting embossed something at Hermes. They're only going to emboss your initials into a bag with a color that actually matches the hardware of the bag, or you can choose tone on tone, which means that it's sort of a blind embossing that they just use heat for, that doesn't actually leave a color behind. So I think I'm going to go for green. So this is it, this is the result. We have a Calvi here in Epsom in gold, and I think I'm going to change where my initials are. I think I'm going to put it on the outside. So we have a Calvi in gold Epsom, which I love. On the inside, it is in the color Rougeage in Epsom, which is this beautiful shade of red. And then we also get the little horseshoe stamp next to the logo. It has my initials featured on the outside in silver, as well as a little Shandong motif. And we chose what size and what font we want our initials to be in. So this I'm going to add to my cart. And we'll see if this actually lets me check out. Okay, so I'm just going through the last steps of the checkout process. It's telling me that it's either going to be delivered to me within 8 weeks, or I can choose store pickup. That it's saying, and it's telling me that I can choose a store pickup and it will be delivered to the store within 10 days. I doubt that. Anyway, I'll try to check out and choose the option to have it delivered to me, and then we'll see. This is never guaranteed with Hermes. It's happened to me in the past that I tried to order something online and then in the end it was cancelled. You usually get an email within an hour or so telling you that your order was either accepted or cancelled. We'll see what happens, but I'll be sure to keep you guys posted. And this is it, guys. This completes today's video on this actually really fun new service by Hermes. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Are you happy that this special order experience is now available to almost everyone? Let's hope that this will be rolled out to more websites. Let's hope it will be available in the US and also on different continents. But I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.